Okay, right, well, first of all, I don't believe there's any introductions needed, but for anybody out there who doesn't know, it's Geoff Tate, probably one of the best rock and metal singers for the last 40 years. 40 years we're going. I know, good to see you, sir.
You too?
Yeah. Now, first things first, you're looking brilliant. You gave us a real shock a bit earlier in the year when we get a little photograph of you outside the hospital with a big bit of duct tape down here.
Oh yeah, well I had open heart surgery.
Yeah. So how are you feeling?
Got a nice
I know,
scar
I can
here.
see it's a crack.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling? How you come back from
I feel
that?
great. It's been a couple months now since I got out of the hospital, and I've just been exercising and getting back in the saddle basically, and I feel really good.
How's the singing? Did that come back pretty much straight away, or was
it took about
a
a month before I could make a sound.
Yeah, just leave it and sort yourself out.
Yeah, I'd never been in a hospital before in my life. Right, I'd never had anything wrong with me, and this was a first experience for me, and I was just amazed at how much it took out of me. I've always been pretty physical, pretty strong person, but man, when I came out of the hospital, I was weak.
I know, I never feel.
I could barely walk.
I know. Well, it's a big up as well. Because last time I seen you, I was in crutches. I'd done my leg in as well, so yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And I have been in the hospital. I'd done it when I was in my 20s. I was in for a hospital for an operation, and honestly, I came out of that. I woke up like on the table. I was like, because I was that fit at the time, and I was just up and going, I'm fine. This time I was like, whoa. It's definitely an age thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely an age thing.
I don't like to admit that.
No, I know, but I'm afraid it is. So tonight, for everyone else, we're playing Belfast tonight. So this is going to be your first show back after the operation.
Yeah.
And I believe, if I'm right, it's also the first show where you're doing the Promised Land.
Yeah.
In full.
Yeah. Doing the first time I played the album in its entirety since 1995, I think.
No, because I didn't even see that back. So you did do the full thing in its entirety?
Yeah.
So I hadn't missed that. Now you've been known to say before that this is one of your favourite Queensryche albums.
It is.
So why? Why is it? Because it's so different.
Well, it had a lot of it's just personal memories of making the album, and it was a big point in my life where things really changed for me, personally. And I went through a lot after the Empire tour, and this album was really a statement for me of becoming kind of a different person, and I guess a personal growth, I guess you'd say. And the way we made the album was very different. We went off to a small island, and we built a studio on the island, and we were there for most of the year making the record.
It was really a couple of years, eh?
Yeah, and it was a whole different way of making music for the band that really kind of stuck with me.
Yeah.
It was a real different experience. So. Yeah, there's a lot of things associated with the record, that are more than just musical, but just memories that are attached to it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest here. At the time when it came out, I didn't get it.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't get it. It was just so far removed, I think, from the previous three. And I was like, but now I like to say it's my Queensryche Chill Out album. That's my Hangover Sunday album. I'll put it on. It's just, it's, as I say, it's just so different, and it's so, it's a therapeutic album for me, which I'm taking it just from what you're saying. It was quite like that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Chris done a lot on that one as well, didn't he?
What's that?
Chris, the Gammo, done a lot on the album.
Yeah.
He done quite a bit on it.
He and I pretty much spent most of the time making that record over the course of the recording sessions.
Yeah. So, I'm really looking forward to it. As I say, I've never seen it back in, as you say, if you've done it in '95. I don't know if you've done it over here. I don't remember.
We played. We had a big show in London at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for us. First time and the last time I ever played there. Quite a event.
Well, it's some place, and I've seen a few shows at it, and it is quite special. I mean, there's a lot of bands like it. Now, this, if I'm right again, which you might turn around and say I'm wrong, so this is the fourth album that you've done in its entirety.
Mind Crime, Rage 4, Empire, Promised Land. Yeah.
So, is there more? You're always looking ahead. I know you're always sitting there planning.
Like what's going to be the next one?
Yeah, what's next? I mean,
I'm just starting out this one.
I know that. I know, but we're always thinking about. Plus, obviously, the Warning's got a big anniversary coming up.
Yeah,
is that something that we would see, or?
Well, Kieran, our promoter, he's the one that put this all together, and he really wanted us to play this record.
Right.
So I probably wouldn't have played it, in its entirety, but he really wanted it, and so we thought, okay, let's give it a shot, and try it out. And
so has it been good going back to though, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been really interesting.
They bring a lot of memories back.
What's surprising to me is I haven't forgotten any of the lyrics. I haven't forgotten any of the music. It just sticks with you.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go back and figure out stuff. I just knew it.
Yeah.
That's good. And that's strange. Because I haven't played it in 25, 30 years.
Yeah. I'm the same. I think I bought it when it came out in reissue. It was only a couple of years ago it came out back out in vinyl reissue. And so I played it daft and that. But how did the band cope? Because it's a completely different thing for them.
Yeah, they had a bit of a learning curve to try to play it. Yeah, because it's a different guitar approach, and they had to think about that a lot,
Good. Now I know you say you're just doing this just now, which I take you're probably going to take on to next year as well and do this again.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if I have to pick out probably one of my most favourite things, I think it was back in 2016 when you done the Total Strip Back shows. Well, you had all the instruments on it, and that just blew my mind. That was just an incredible show. Would that be something that you would ever think about doing again?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
it was. I mean, it was just. The musicians on it. It was just beautiful. It was. That's all I can say. It was an absolutely beautiful performance.
Oh, thank you.
And I would love to see that again. But part of the reason this is for you to do that promotion here. Part of the reason that you're doing this is obviously, and the Dublin gig is because you're backstage tour.
Yeah, my wife and I have this kind of side business we do called Backstage Pass Travel. So we take groups of people traveling with us for a week at a time, and we have it in Scotland, we have it in Ireland, we do France, Italy, we do Montana in the United States, Germany, and it's pretty darn fun. Yeah, and it's sold really well, and we have a big group tonight that are part of the Ireland trip that are going to be joining us for this show and also in Dublin. But we spend the week together traveling and sightseeing. Today we went up to the Giant's Causeway and went up to Bushmills and had a few, and one.
Okay.
Only one.
But it's a great idea. I mean, and as you say, I think you only put out for this year was the second week at the Vineyard.
Yeah.
And it sold out like that as well.
Yeah, in Germany we have a wine label, and so we take everybody. Come to get me. Finally found me. We bring them to Germany to the winery, and we have a week of sightseeing. Where our winery is located is in that southern part of Germany that borders France and Switzerland. Yeah. And so people get to spend time in all three of those countries and do some interesting things. We show them around, and then we end the week with a big festival date that we've been doing for the last 5 or 6 years in this little wine village in Germany, and the place goes crazy, and we take up every hotel in the area. It's kind of fun. Yeah, it keeps getting bigger and bigger, and we're probably going to have to start getting permits for it.
I mean, I actually was very close to booking for this year, but I'm kind of I'm on tablets because I had a lot of blood clots. I couldn't travel. I couldn't fly
Right.
this year. But I'll definitely next year is without a doubt. But will you extend it since it's doing so well? Would you take it to other places? And the thing is, I take it this is something that, as much as it must be tiring for a full week, as I say, you doing the gigs on either side, but this must be something that for you as well. I mean, you're picking where to go.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I can imagine it must be brilliant.
Like our trip in Tuscany, Italy is pretty cool. We stay in this big villa that's on this hillside, right? And it has a gigantic, like Olympic-sized pool, and we have a chef that cooks dinner for us every night, Italian food. You know, it's amazing. And during the day, we have like a bus, and we take it out to all these different wineries and villages, and we take people sightseeing basically. And then we all gather up for dinner, and we meet back up at the villa, and we have dinner, and we break out the guitars, and we sing a bunch of songs, and a lot of our guests sing along. It's pretty fun, you know. A couple of them we're working on songs that they've written, you know, and we're kind of like finishing up for them and helping them write the songs. It's kind of fun. Bring our recording gear, and we, you know, like one of the songs is called "When I Die, Will You Smoke My Ashes?" You know, and it's one of those songs that you sing over and over again when you've been drinking, right? And you keep making up funny lines to it. So we're going to record it for real now.
Oh, right. Excellent, excellent.
So there's like 20 verses to it.
So that's everybody's word there. Listening to that, look out for it and book for next year when it comes up. Because it definitely does sound absolutely amazing. Okay. Sorry,
we have a really cool one coming up in Venice.
Oh,
coming up this summer, and we're it's focused on staying in Venice, and we go to all these like places in Venice sightseeing, and we're also doing a live show in remember that guy Casanova?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a real guy. It really was, and he has this castle there, or he had a castle there, and it's still there, but it's not open to the public. But we're doing a private show for our guests in this castle.
Oh, that's
I can't wait.
Stunning. Yeah, that would be great.
14th century castle, you know.
You sleeping there?
No, we can't sleep there. We're just doing the show.
Oh, that's good. I mean, that does sound brilliant. So you do like your castles. It's all castles, isn't it? You go to Scotland, you do the castle.
Yeah.
Over here, you do the castles.
I love castles. Yeah.
Right, so I'm just slightly changing it a bit, but you've probably seen that the Dio documentary's coming out soon.
Oh yeah, can't wait for that.
And so I've just seen it. I've had a big deep dive with Dio recently. I'm getting back through all his stuff, and actually I've seen a couple of short documentaries that were done on the hearing aids.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder, have you still got good memories of that, or what was it like for the day for you for that? Because it was all pretty crammed, and plus you was a real young band at that point when you and he gave you a call.
Yeah, well, we had opened for Ronnie in '84.
Yeah.
And then also opened for him for a couple of runs up the west coast of America in '85. And he called me after that tour and said, "I'm doing this benefit thing. Would you like to get involved?" I said, "Absolutely." And he said, "Okay, well, I'm going to fly you down, and here's a song, and you know, when you get there, be ready. We're going to record it." But I had no idea what it was going to be like when I walked into that studio, and there were all these bands and all these artists there, and I was just overwhelmed. I was very young at the time. I think I was 26 years old or something like that. I walk in there, and I walk in to do my part, you know, get behind the microphone, and you know, Rob Halford's in the control room, and Eric Bloom is in there, Ted Nugent is in there, and all these people that I really respect as musicians are sitting in there listening to me do my part, you know, and I was like so nervous, like I couldn't take my sunglasses off.
I was going to say,
like,
you know, you see those
yeah,
faces.
I was like, oh my God, I can't deal with this, you know. But Ronnie was very cool as a producer, and he kind of got me through it, and you know, he was great man, and really owe him a lot for giving my band a start in the business, you know, and helping us out and inviting us on the tours and opening up opportunities for us to tour and be known, you know. I mean, he gave us access to his audience and let us do
He
our
looked
thing.
after you as well on that too, didn't he?
Yeah, he really looked after us, you know, and gave us whatever we needed and whatever we wanted.
He fed you well.
Gave us, you know, helpful advice, you know, like don't do that.
Excellent. And I won't want to take any much more of your time, but I have been hearing a lot recently from a few people. I'm not going to mention any names, but there is pretty much a good chunk of an album done.
Yeah, there is a big chunk.
Is there, and I am especially excited because I have heard kind of what it's based on. Is there anything you can tell us just now on
Not a
how
thing.
far? Oh, that's that done. Finish the question.
But it is. But we're working on a new album and have most of it ready. It's just my parts now. You know, we have all the music and everything. It's just me doing my parts.
So is that why it's taking so long? Let
Yeah.
everybody else
Well, I
work
had
their
this
ass
little
off and you
operation
go,
that's kind of set me back a little bit.
I'm looking. Right, as I say, there's only one thing I just want to say just before we go. This is going to sound strange, but have you checked out the film, the new Sylvester Stallone film? It's called Sylvester Stallone movie.
No.
It's called The Samaritan.
No.
You need to.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm telling you why is because there's one part, it only came out I think 2 days ago, it's on Amazon.
The Samaritan?
Yeah, The Samaritan it's called, right? And it came out a couple of days ago, and I was sitting watching it, and I was like, wait a minute, there's a scene where they take a young boy to the hospital, and in that scene they play the playback from Operation Mindcrime, the call from the over the tannoy. so that's actually on that film.
Really?
Both calls, Dr. Davis and
Yeah.
Dr. Blair.
Yeah.
That is in the movie. And I had to double take. I'm going, no. And I was with somebody today, and I'm going, I have to check this. I've got to check it. And I had listened to it on, because I was coming over from Scotland Day in the ferry. I listened to the album, and I'm going, it fucking is. I went back and I checked the movie, and it is. So you need to look at it. I don't know why it's in there. It's totally bizarre, but it's in there. But yeah, I know you're going. I know you've got to get ready for the stage tonight. Good luck tonight. I can't wait to hear this album in its full, I have to say. Brilliant to meet you again, sir.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, good talking
Thanks
to you.
very much.
Yeah.